JJ, I just saw the episode of Memphis Wrestling where T.L. Hart made his debut. He's even given the date. 16th of February 1985. I think Jimmy Hart went to the WWF at this point. Was this another piece of Lawler's revenge, replacing Jimmy with T.L. Hart, which was an obvious as day unneeded fake, and having him say the line, "What do you do with a horse when it breaks its leg? It shoots it." Was that forced, or did T.L. Hart have the wit to use that on his own? So I don't know anything about this. The Jimmy Hart replacement.
I don't remember it either. But if it happened, which I'm sure, what's this guy's name?
JJ.
JJ, if it happened, which I'm sure it did, because why would you write a fictitious question in? But you could write that too, because, I don't know everything that went on. But I think he was told to say that line as a direct shot at Jimmy Hart. Who went to WWE? How long was it before Jerry Lawler went to WWF after Hart left?
About 7 years.
That long?
Yeah. Jerry debuted as a commentator, in fact, late 92. So this was the beginning of 85.
Well, Lawler for years and years and years said he would never. That doesn't never mean at no time in the future. And it means like it's timeless, right? Never means never.
Infinity.
Right. But Lawler didn't mean it that way. He just says, well, till I milk this cow dry, and I don't blame him, till I milk this cow dry in Memphis, until I need some more milk, when I decide to go to the WWF, which he did. He milked it dry, and he made a lot of money in Memphis because he owned the town, basically. If you really look at Lawler's opportunities in Memphis, he had his local TV. He was on every week. He was an established local star. No telling how much money he made on local commercials, local appearances.
How upset was Jerry Lawler when Jimmy left? I don't remember if you don't know if you remember the sort of overall feeling of losing Jimmy from the territory at that time.
Hey, when they lost Jimmy, hey, close the doors. Because Jimmy was as much a part of that program as Lawler was. Lawler could miss a TV. Jimmy never missed one. But Jimmy told me that he was making no money at all. So you couldn't blame him for going to WWE. And I think that Jerry Jarrett he didn't want Jimmy to leave, of course, but he couldn't pay him enough. He couldn't make the trips and maintain and pay his bills by what they were paying him then. So, and I think Lawler even realized this. And while might have been I don't think bad feelings, but I think Lawler and Jerry Jarrett both were disappointed, because that meant that, that was like one of the dropping of the guard is when that happened. And it just reminded both of them that what's eventually going to come is because they're going to be run out of business. They can't afford to stay in business and keep a crew and pay all their bills, maintaining to keep that business going. They just couldn't do it.
Did Jerry hold it against Jimmy for a while after leaving?
I don't know if he held it against him, but I think he realized that. I think that Vince always wanted Jimmy anyway. And I think Jimmy was maybe instrumental I'm not sure about this, of getting Lawler in there, because he was the lifeline, not the lifeline, but a direct source to Jerry. So Jerry went 7 years later, and nobody could take his place. They tried, and by that time I had already gone. So I'm just hearing bits and pieces from there. But it was sad to see what Memphis became. Because I've seen slow houses in Memphis, but not like toward the end. They was maybe 1,000 people there, maybe 1,000 people. For some places it would be good, but there it looked totally. You could have. The old saying is, you could have shot off a shotgun in a place and not hit anybody. That's how dispersed they were.